Our third presenter today is Kristin Sundin Brandt. As president of Sundin Associates, Kristin works with clients and the agency's team to craft compelling communications of all shapes and sizes, utilizing a range of mediums and media. She also oversees the ever-expanding suite of online services offered by the agency, including website development, online advertising, and social media. Kristin is a graduate of the American Bankers Association School of Bank Marketing and Management and holds a certified financial marketing professional designation from the Institute of Certified Bankers. In 2014, Kristin joined the faculty of the New England School for Financial Studies. A working mother with 2 children, for over 9 years, Kristin shared her stories of managing the chaotic combination of work and family through her podcast and blog called Manic Mommies. Before retiring at the end of 2014, the show was downloaded over 3 million times and attracted the attention of brands such as Chevrolet, Intel, Brooks Running, and Real Simple. Kristin is obviously a very high-energy individual, and her talk is entitled Lessons Learned on My Bicycle. Kristin?
Yay. Does this start at 1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, go? That's 1, 2, 3, go. Like many of you, I wear a lot of different uniforms. But there's one uniform that gets me a lot of attention. Maybe because it's so bright, maybe because it's so tight. But it's that of a serious cyclist and athlete. Now, I haven't always been a serious cyclist. In fact, for the better part of the last 13 years, it was all I could do to keep my children alive and clean. But as I have found more space for myself, as my kids can now wipe their own tushies, I've been able to spend some more time on myself and on my bicycle. And as I've done that, I've learned some lessons with each mile logged. The first is about taking on challenges. And I can tell you when Chris invited me to do this, I said, no, I don't want to do that at all. But then I reflected back on the challenges I've accepted as a cyclist, starting with my first triathlon 4 years ago, and most recently when I was in Vermont, and my husband and I climbed over 4,600 vertical feet on our bikes. And I realized that with each challenge that I have accepted, I have learned something about myself, and I have pushed my boundaries. One of the things I've learned is that taking on challenges doesn't mean I have to do it like anybody else. There is a cyclocross racer, Helen Wyman, who says, it is about getting you and your bike through the course in the way that works best for you, not how it works for everyone else. But of course, taking on challenges also means that I have to be prepared to fail. In racing, we say, dead effing last is better than did not finish, which is better than did not start, right? But failure because I was not prepared, that's something different. I recently took my 13-year-old for a bike ride, and let's all acknowledge that that's a major success. And after a couple of miles, my chain broke, and our ride was over. And it was over because I forgot my tool, because I was not prepared. In fact, by failing to prepare, I prepared to fail. So what did I learn from that? That preparation is everything. That I need to take the time to take care of myself. That I need to take the time to train and to exercise, even when I am just overwhelmed with guilt about my kids, about my work. I've also learned that I need to prepare by knowing more about my bike. That I can't depend on my husband, who, by the way, is a professional bike mechanic, to take care of my bicycle. I need to bring my tool, know how my bike works, and know how to fix a flat. Because if there's going to be failure, it's going to be because I failed, not because I wasn't prepared. I also have learned that I need to ignore the subtle naysayers. This is my husband, who I asked one day, I'm thinking of riding 100K. And he said, that's really far. That's a great way to inspire me. So I realized that I need to find my group. I need to find my girls, who when I say, I'm thinking of riding 100K, say, hell yes, let's do it. And you know what? We'll push you the rest of the way if you start to fail, to flag. It also means stepping up and saying, I can be part of a team. I was recently accepted as an athlete for Betty Designs. I am a teammate with Ironmen and half Ironmen, and it would be easy to feel overwhelmed by that. But instead, I've accepted my place, in part by accepting my labels. People used to call me an expert. You're the social media expert. And I would say, not an expert, right? But I had to accept that I was an athlete, an expert, a role model. As a mom, we would like to be the role models for our children. But we forget that we're role models for other people too. And I was reminded of that when I was sent this quote from one of my friends who said, "We see your big choices and we choose to do better." It also means that I can make a big difference in my little way. So this summer I will be riding 2 days, 200 miles to raise money for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Because together, we can make a big difference. I finally learned that it's never too late. I started riding 4 years ago. This is Julie Lockhart. She is 73 years old. She is the U.S. cyclocross champion. If you think it's too late, you're wrong. There's never too late to be a badass, to make a difference. And that's what I've learned, that even though I'm 43 and it might feel like there's not many more miles I can go on like the changes, I can really make a difference, right? I can continue to grow. I can continue to be a badass.
Yeah.